Hello Lolas, welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the bell to be a part of the notification squad. And if you want to find me on my other social media platforms, you can find me on Facebook under Miss Serenity Smith. Make sure you're following the correct Miss Serenity Smith there. And also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm Miss Serenity Smith Babies. And mostly when I post my babies up for sale, I post them for sale for Facebook and Instagram. Right now, I currently have my olive girl up for sale. Her current price is listed and everything on my Facebook page. All right, so we are moving right along, and this is baby Jen, sculpted by Jennifer Sussman Price. She is just a cuddlehead at the current moment, and I added some hands with her and some feet, and I wanted her to have almost like an Asian flair in coloring. So she's not like, she's very light in her coloring, and she doesn't photograph as well, but I really do love her coloring in person. I thought about maybe adding a little bit of color. I may deepen the color of her lips though. I think her lips need to be a little bit deeper, but nevertheless, I'll tweak wherever I need to. But once she gets all her hair and everything, I think she's really gonna pop. But yeah, she is fair skinned, and it was on purpose. So anyway, I wanted to talk about a question that was asked by someone on Facebook. They were asking, these are her little feet, look at her little feet. They were asking if you know, if we thought that the reborn market is slowing down or not as, you know, relevant as before, if we feel like then, you know, because of the knockoffs or counterfeits, that has damaged our market so much that people are not buying like they used to authentic sculpts. And so the short answer to that is I would say no. Long answer is I really don't think that the although I'm not for it or anything, I don't think that the counterfeit or the knockoff market is affecting the industry in the way that people like to say it is or think that it is. Again, I don't condone it. I'm not supporting it. I'm just saying I don't feel like that's an issue. I feel like because the people that are buying knockoffs or counterfeit sculpts, they're gonna buy that regardless. Then, you know, some of them I know, oh well, some of them were actually authentic sculpt collectors, and now they've switched over, and a lot of them have switched over out of spite, or because, you know, they're just like, you're not gonna tell me what to do with my money. They're doing it for other personal reasons, not because of, oh my gosh, I just can't afford this kit. So. Some people may actually do it out of just not knowing, or whatever the case may be. However, I feel like when these artists put out these kits, these sculptors put out these kits, people are gonna buy them. The collectors that collect authentic are gonna buy them if they like the kit. There's other things that I think that have hurt the market, but people are not ready to really have that discussion. I think a lot of the whole huge numbers in the vinyl editions, open editions, has hurt the market a bit as far as people wanting to buy the vinyl. But not even that has hurt it even more so than the fact that one, I feel like the silicone market has grown so much. It's so many different people out here painting silicone. It's like, you know, everybody's teaching people how to paint silicone, so that's grown the amount of people that's out here like, oh yeah, I'm an artist too, I'm an artist too, I'm an artist too. And so, you know, back in the day, it was kind of harder to get hold of a silicone baby, and we thought it was just like ridiculous. The prices were ridiculous because vinyls were so much more affordable. Well, auctions happened, and, you know, things got different, and now the cost of a nicely detailed from a high-end, or what we would call high-end artist, vinyl artist, may run you around, you know, anywhere from, you know, I'm gonna say $25 to $4,500, sometimes even all the way up to $6,000 for vinyl. And so because the market of silicone is now on an average, you can get, silicone between, and I'm talking about full size, not micro preemie or preemies, but full size babies, you're going to go between 4,500 to 8,000 on an average. Not saying that you can't find them for less. Just like I'm not saying that you can't find vinyl babies for less. And I'm not saying that you have to shop in those brackets to get a good baby. That's not the argument here. I'm not arguing about that. I'm just stating this is where, from just my perspective and what I'm seeing, is now, like for me, because I've collected so much over the years and I have a very, very particular taste in the type of vinyl babies that I like. In order for me to get that type of baby, I have to spend anywhere from $2,000 and up. And so because I actually also love silicone too, for me it's like, well, I might as well go ahead and get silicone. And I think that's the thought process of a lot of collectors now. They're like, oh, well, I'm going to get this kit, and if I want to get it painted or I want this baby, from someone, boom, I'm going to have to spend the amount that I could actually get a full body silicone. And so I think that a lot of people are gravitating towards silicone. I don't think that silicone will ever wipe out vinyl completely. There are some people that absolutely do not like silicone and prefer vinyl. I love them both. I think they're both equally, valuable. It just depends on your taste and all that and stuff. But what I'm saying is that silicone is becoming more accessible, and the price is leveling out between vinyl and silicone. And in most cases, when you're selling, silicone tend to sell faster or easier than vinyl. So people are gravitating more towards silicone. Again, not talking about the people that really, really just love vinyl and not really into silicone like that. But overall, I feel like that's the direction that the community is going. I think a lot of people are putting too much focus and emphasis on the counterfeit and the knockoff market, and it's just really just destroying the community. I did a video on that, and I didn't even want to get into it because I don't feel like being attacked and and just all this craziness. But I just feel like we really just need to stay in our own lane, mind our own business. If you collect authentic, collect authentic. Support your artists, support your sculptors, and then you can't worry about what somebody else doing. Leave those people alone. Let them do what they're doing. Mind your business. But because first of all, I'm gonna just put this little bit in here. First of all, a lot of times while y'all standing out with y'all picket signs and fighting for these sculptors is only caring about their pockets a lot of times. And they're doing crazy things that don't even make sense. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You're just like, what? So it's like, baby, mind your business. If you support real art, you want something authentic, something original, then that's what you go towards. If people want to buy, something that's convenient, something that's, cheaper or whatever, or they want to support, people that, support counterfeits and all that stuff, then that's their business. Like you can't make people do anything that they don't want to do. Like, this is a free world. People are grown. Let them do their thing. Mind your business. And I promise you, it'll save you lots of troubles. But I really feel like it's a lot of other things that have, and the economy is crazy right now. But we still got to continue to live. And I don't think that artists, we can't, as far as speaking from an artist perspective, we cannot curve our prices to fit everybody's budget and stuff like that. There's things that we might do that might, because we know that, the economy is not so great, such as like we may offer layaway when we didn't offer layaway, or we might, certain times we may offer special prices, or just different little things. And then there's now, like I said, there's Affirm and the pay by four with PayPal and all different other ways that people can, use as layaway options, but get their baby right then and there. But as far as saying, hey, is this why, the market is not doing so great? Also, sometimes when sculptors like say something is limited and then they turn around and make a whole new edition afterwards, that put a sour taste in the collector's mouths, and then they don't want to support that sculptor anymore. So it may not be, the whole industry that's hurting. It might be just you, because you didn't value the artists or the collectors when you went back on your word and said something was limited, and then went back and redid it. Or like, again, we're at a place, like, let's be honest, even with like some silicone, I know some silicone sculptors do like, a certain limit at a time that they'll run an edition, and then they'll eventually retire it, or whatever the case may be. And I don't think a lot of collectors have a problem with that, because honestly, certain ones is like you still don't see like a flood of them out. Even when you have an edition of, like, let's say, 60, or for a vinyl edition, 500 or 750, even all the way up to 1,000. I think like 900. I think like Natalie Blake usually do like $9.99 or something like that. It's still not a whole lot, considering this is the whole world. That's it, So I think, and I also think that, like, a lot of us have become conditioned to open editions and, unlimited editions or limited time editions. So, we know this up front and we're okay with it. It's when people tell us that something is going to be limited and we spend a certain amount of money and we invest in more money because we want something rare, and then you go back on your word, then it's like, it's a slap in our face. We lose money. The kit that we bought lost value. And then it's like, I don't believe you the next time you put out an edition. You know what I mean? So I think those little things have changed the market a bit. Also, who's running to go buy a kit as soon as it come out, or pre-order? And I've said this before, why are we going to pre-order when we know you're going to make an edition of 5,000 of vinyl, or you're going to make it an unlimited edition? We don't have to rush and go get it. That's why they feel like, oh, it's changed so much, because yeah, it's changed. Because before, the editions were like, when I first started, I mean, editions sometimes would be 250, 350, 400, 500 was a big edition. And you're running trying to get that kit, because if you don't get it now, you're going to pay like triple later on, down the line, to try to get that kit again. There was no, oh, it's going to come out in silicone, in 3 weeks. Oh, they're going to change the left pinky and then, change the name to, Pinky Awake or Pinky Asleep. Like, back in the day, we knew and trusted, or felt like, hey, this is it. This is our only opportunity. So we run and go get them. Like, I mean, like Cassie Brace kits, for a while, her faces had really fell off. They were really not doing their best, Like, I used to love Cassie Brace faces, but then I wasn't really liking them as much. But then you still would go and run and buy her kits, and once she started making her editions back really small, because it's like, you better get it, and if you don't like it, just sell the kit later. But you want to hurry up and get it, because it's a limited edition, and it's a very small edition. So, that's the difference. I will say, though, her last few kits, I love the faces. They're so cute. And that's I'm not trying to throw shade or criticize or nothing like that. I'm just speaking from a collector's perspective when I say that. And I'm not the only one saying it. There's plenty of people saying it. So y'all don't come at me for that. But we just like, as a collector, we don't mind. We're going to collect. We're going to buy. If we like something, we want it, we're going to get it. But when we find something that's rare and limited, we want it even more. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it go. But again, like I said, I'm going to support the industry, whether I want to or not, because if I like a kit that they put out, I'm going to buy it, whether it's limited, unlimited or not. If Bonnie Brown put out something and say it's going to be unlimited for the rest of her whole entire life, and even after death, it's going to be still reproduced, I'm buying it because it's Bonnie Brown and I love her sculpting and I love her work. So, you know what I mean? I ain't even like, I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. Like, Pika is like, for me, remind me of a little play doll. And I ain't gonna lie, there's a artist that was saying she's gonna make it into some type of character. And I'm like, I'm gonna be looking out for that one, that version, because it's like, you just want Bonnie Brown sculpts in your collection as a collector. I mean, well, a collector that's a big fan of her work. So it don't really matter to us. We're gonna support, but just telling you what's making stuff fly off the shelf versus it's slower than what it usually be, is simply because, you know, a lot of different factors, not just counterfeits. And I wish that people would stop using it as a crutch to try to find ways to satisfy their greed. And I'm not saying that towards all sculptors, but I feel like there are some that have like really used that as a crutch. Like, honestly, if you put out your 750 kits and you were planning on getting paid on 750 kits, you still got paid on those 750 kits, and then they got knocked off and copied and whatever the case may be, people made their money, but you still got your 750. So don't worry about it. Like, I mean, I know that's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, there's nothing nobody can do, really, honestly. This whole little sticker thing, don't get me wrong, I thought it was a great program. I love what, Natalie showed, the system she came up with, but honestly, it's just more so to say, oh, this is what it is. But then she turned around and messed that up for everybody, because then you turn around and you're going to tell the collector that if they show their COA, it's no longer going to be authentic. So you what? So you mean to tell me I buy from a legit sculptor and do everything right, and just because I showed it in a video or on a picture, now all of a sudden it's no longer valid? Like, nobody's gonna want to deal with that. Like, she just undid what she done. Like, now everybody's like, that's a bunch of crap. You know what I mean? So it's like, at this point, hey, you got, like I tell you, you got Gucci, you got Louis Vuitton, you got Dolce & Gabbana, you got all these, whoever it is out here. I don't even know all the name brands because I'm not a name brand person. But all of them, they got knockoff purses, they got knockoff watches, they got knockoff, everything is knocked off, like, and knocked up. No, but, and listen, these people with billions of dollars haven't been able to stop it. So who are we going to stop it in this? Our industry is such a small industry in the big scheme of things. It's just not going to be stopped. So the main thing you can do is just focus on pushing out your sales, getting what you want to get out of your product, out of your art, and just authenticating your actual work so we can just at least know, hey, this is real from the fake. And then we just go from there. And I really, honestly, I'm not gonna say I regret it, but I'm just saying, moving forward, the whole I gotta go run and block so and so because they said they support counterfeit or they're this. I really don't even, moving forward, don't want to get into any of that. And I really know a couple people that actually regret that they did, because they've lost a lot of friends, they've lost a lot of followers, they've lost a lot advocating for sculptors and stuff like that. And then some of these sculptors have really like been a disappointment, and it's like, what are we fighting for? So I'm not saying that we shouldn't still be trying to protect the art and all that and stuff, but the sculptors, that's their job. They're gonna have to do a better job at it themselves. And also, we're gonna have to start kind of chilling out, because all we're doing is just ripping the community apart so bad. Like, we're really like it's so much division. We're getting divided on every single thing. It's from, you know, high-end collectors, low-end collectors, high-end artists from low-end artists, you know, the black, the white, the Chinese, the Japanese. Like, it's just, now it's the counterfeit versus the authentic. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, when I first came back, and I know people get tired of me saying this, but like 10 years ago, like, the community was just like so full of, you know, like love and giving and caring and sharing, and, you know, everybody was just like happy-go-lucky and just minding, you know, minding his business. Of course it was drama, of course, you know, there was little pockets of this and that, but it wasn't like this. Like, we really, like, you know, and I still feel like there's a lot of good in the community. I mean, there's times where people be going through stuff and the community will band together and do things for people that's not even doll related and stuff like that. And don't get me started on that, because some of that stuff, even that can get to be a bit much nowadays too. Like, everybody bringing their personal stuff to the table, like, for us to deal with. But at the same time, I get it, but the community was just so different, so different. And, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know, I'm sure in some parts or some ways that I've contributed to the good and the bad, probably. Well, I'm not, no, probably, I'm sure, you know, maybe not intentionally, but it's like, now it's like, I don't know. But anyway, that's all I got to say. I will be back with some new babies, and or at least a new baby to share, probably by the end of the week or so. Don't know if that baby is going to be available. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have one baby that's available now. I'm just going to finish up her last little details on her hands and feet, and then she'll be ready to be actually shipped. She's already rooted and everything, so she'll be all ready to go. I even already have her new outfits because I shopped for her. So anyway, that is it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And also, I know I ask you guys this all the time, but let me know what's the best time during the week, or which day during the week is the best day during the week that you will be available for us to do a live stream. You know, my time is normally between 7-ish, 7:30-ish Eastern Standard Time. So let me know what day of the week works best for you. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.